Hi, friend.
How are you doing?
Hello. Thank you.
Hazel Haymuli, everybody. Hazel.
All right.
With our first of two lay presentations tonight, because we'll have a second coach on the show.
There we go.
Do you look forward to the combo show like I do every year?
I do. Yeah. We should do that more often. But I think I'm ready to pass the baton over to him and when it's basketball season. But I love the Pope family. Great people. I think Mark and I have a really good relationship, and we're able to bounce some ideas back and forth, and he's able to help my jump shot. So, but I think it's good. We have great leaders on our campus, and really great coaches and great mentors to have around. So I think Tom encourages us to talk often with each other, and we have moments and meetings where we can kind of learn from each other. And I mean, you look at the amazing coaches that are in our athletics department. It's foolish for me if I don't take advantage and try to get as much as I can from them, as much knowledge as possible.
We'll have Mark joining us in the next segment. So great to see you as always. I look forward to these nights. We get to put the last game to bed and look ahead to what's to come. And from 1 week to the next, you go from the latest possible window you can play in, time-wise, to the earliest possible window you can play in. You played at 8:20 last week, 8:25. You kick off at 10 a.m. this week against Oklahoma. Yeah,
that's going to be cool. I mean, I don't know if I've done that. Maybe you know more than I do.
Back in the Mountain West days, there were a couple of 10 a.m. kickoffs, but it's a rare thing.
I remember playing a morning game maybe against Air Force when I played, but that seems so long ago. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think you have the rest of the day to do stuff, and I'm excited to see the fans and how much noise they can make in the morning.
You have had your team kick off a couple of 10 a.m. body clock games, where it was 10 a.m. for the body clock, but they were noon Eastern games, games at like UMass and Toledo, things like that. So you've had early games, just not truly an early morning game like this.
Yeah, and our guys are early morning people, so
they got workouts and
we have our guys when we're not in workouts that are in the facility watching film and working through stuff. I mean, they work together. This is all volunteer time, but like we have players that are in the facility early in the morning, as early as the coaches, and so that's it's good when I have a bunch of guys that love the game and they want to be around football and be around the facility. That's a good sign. We just looking to play better football right now. That's what we're looking forward to this weekend.
I'm sure you got a bunch of guys that grew up going to early morning seminary too, so the early morning thing shouldn't be that shocking.
Return missionaries
and RMs and all that stuff. Yeah.
So I mean, I think once it's like you just kind of learn that the whole time. Everybody's like, well, that's got to be hard being on your mission. Not if you go to early morning seminary. That's like not a big deal. I think you get to sleep in compared to what you did in going to high school seminary.
When's the wake up call Saturday morning for the guys, by the way?
We want to get we're gonna have a pregame meal available, so probably 6 a.m. Usually 4 hours or 3.5 hours before the game, before kickoffs, when you want to eat your pregame meal. So that's what we're gonna do.
Meantime, Oklahoma, they're playing 7 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Central Time games this year. They'll have this one, which will be their 6th, and they'll finish off with TCU at 11 as well. So they've got a routine for this thing.
Yeah, and then I mean, I'm excited to have them in our stadium. And
first time ever.
Yeah, first time ever, and the last one for our seniors this year. In LaVell Edwards Stadium, and last one of the season at home. So looking forward to it. I mean, they're a ranked team, and obviously you guys have seen them play, and I think Coach Venables has done a great job getting his team ready. They had some ups and downs last year, and this year they're playing at a championship level. There's still a lot for them to play for. Still, same for us. We're trying to get bowl eligible and extend our season, and I know they're trying to get to the championship game in conference. So there's a lot riding on this game this weekend.
I mentioned in the open before you came on that it's your 8th senior day. Your senior day thoughts here in 2023?
Yeah, it's always difficult. When you seen these guys that have been around for a long time, and with the COVID year, some of them even longer. So I think we'll have close to 30 names that will be announced. I think for senior game, and
including some guys who were 4th-year juniors.
Yeah,
right?
There's some guys that we were just going to announce just to be safe, just in case they decide. The majority of them have their degrees already, and so I think they're weighing out options on job opportunities in NFL, things like that after the season. So as they go through that transition, making that decision, it's better to just say goodbye. And if they don't leave, then it's like, well, welcome back. You get to have 2 senior days. That would have been great for me. I would take advantage of it.
For fans who want to be in the stands to honor the players, do you know if they'll be doing pregame or postgame this year?
Because of the amount of players, probably postgame, and hopefully it's a joyous moment when they announce their names and show them the appreciation that we have for them. I know their families will be there, and these young men have given a lot for our program and culturally have built this program, a lot of them from freshmen to now, and have spent so much of their time and energy and have brought their families, what they learned from their families and the love they brought from their families over to our program. And so we owe them a lot, and I just hope our fans can be there to show them our appreciation. I know that our players, even with the game last week, they appreciate our fans and they love them. And so I hope our fans know that and can feel that from them. And so this is just a good way to say goodbye to them. And next time they're in that stadium playing or during a game, they'll be as a fan or as an alum just watching the boys play. This
Saturday is game 11 of 12. Does it feel like the season's just like zipped right on by?
It feels like it's zipped on by, but it's probably because I'm not playing. The grind of the season has been definitely taking its toll, and that's the Power 5 level of football, and our guys, we've got to get used to it. So this has been a great experience for them to feel it. I think next year they'll understand a little bit more on how to prep it. I think it's a great eye opener for them going into the off season. Those that are returning, and I think it's just a good experience. We knew that going into it. Myself and the coaches that have been through this transition, they get it. But sometimes you just have to go through the experience. It's like, I don't know. I think it's like you don't know until you actually get to feel it and get to be in the middle of it. And now that we're here, let's learn our lessons. Let's get better. And let's make sure that we improve our program.
That's it. Big 12 life. It's a learning experience. You don't just walk into a P5 league and end up at the top of the heap. It takes sometimes a little bit of time.
Well, there's a learning curve for everything, and even for the new members that are coming in, even those that have been P5 level. This is a different conference. When we were at Utah, went to the Pac-12, that was different. This one's a little bit different. I mean, in terms of the style of play that we see and the physical play and the aggression. It's you're going into these venues and opposing teams, opposing sites where it's not an easy. It's full. The fans are passionate, and I by being honest, I think the fans were amazing to our team and to our and to our fans. That were there. It was a really cool experience, but I think for our guys, it's just wish we could have played better on the road. We have one more road game that we get to experience, but we wanted to just have our guys feel it and appreciate it, and then and learn, and then find ways to keep improving. That's the thing. That this life is a learning process for us all, and we've learned some lessons. Now I just like to see us put it all on the football field and finish strong. Even though it's a game 11, there's a lot of things that we can improve on and play better and create some momentum for our team.
Well, Game 10 was this past Saturday night. Iowa State visited Provo for the first time in 50 years. Let's check out some of the positive happenings during a tough night for the guys. 45-13 was your final score. Cyclones win it. Let's take a look at some highlights presented by Maersk that do highlight some of the good things that did go on for BYU.
We're going to skip the first 3 plays. That's probably
this was a record-setting performance, actually. Isaac Rex caught his 23rd touchdown pass at BYU, and that is the new tight end all-time touchdown reception record.
Yeah, and he's done so many things for us, and he literally sacrificed his body, his health, has gone through a lot, so I'm glad he was able to make that play.
And the run game was a highlight. 188 rushing yards on the night, and that was a season high for BYU. Jake Retzloff and Aiden Robbins and LJ Martin. In fact, Jake ended up with the most rushing yards on the night. Gives you a different look at quarterback, and LJ got back, got some reps, and looked good.
Yeah, there's some really good things. I think getting the score, having it reflect on the scoreboard would be the key, and I think we were in the red zone a couple times. We weren't able to take advantage of it and turn it to the points. And then, we've the self-inflicted mistakes, things with the ball security and kickoff return, first play of offense. We put ourselves into a hole of going down 10-0 and being down 2-0 in the turnover margin, which is difficult to overcome. I think the guys will fight back. They don't quit. They'll fight back from any adversity, but we just don't want to make that a habit, where this is what you can do, because when you go against really good teams, they'll blow you out when you make those type of mistakes, and that's what happened on Saturday night. And unfortunately, we weren't able to take advantage of our fans and the energy that they can create and become an advantage for us. And it's a missed opportunity for us. And we're looking to improve on that and make sure that we're better this weekend.
The last highlight we saw in that clip back there was JoJo Phillips with a touchdown. It was his first catch as a Cougar. It ends up being a touchdown catch, and Jake Retzloff's first touchdown throw at BYU. So a couple of milestones there. And JoJo's a guy that gives you some encouragement for the future in that wide receiver room.
Yeah, JoJo's going to redshirt this year, but he gets to play in the games and be a freshman next year. So he's got so much talent, so much ability, and it's going to be nice when we get him learning the playbook and becoming a veteran. He's already changed his body since he got here, but he's got a really big frame and he can fly. So we're going to take advantage of him on the field, but I've been really, really happy with his progress.
All right, the stats we saw were presented by Smarty, location data experts. Let's go to our schedule check. We take a look at this every week. Again, 10 games down and 2 to play for BYU, and both are against the Oklahoma teams in the Big 12. It'll be OU here at LaVell Edwards Stadium this Saturday morning, 12 o'clock Eastern, but 10 a.m. Mountain, and then on the road to Stillwater. So a pair of ranked teams to finish out the BYU Big 12 campaign, here to OU and then at OSU. And again, you need one win in the next 2, at least one win to get to bowl eligible.
Yeah, I think that's we know that, and I wanted our guys to focus more on the standard of play and our identity, our values, our expectations, and how we play, and then we do that. I think that gives us the balance we need, and then we'll get the result that we want. You can't just be so fixated on getting the win that you forget to do your part and actually play one play at a time and do your 1/11th on the field. And the little things like ball security, taking care of the football, missed assignments, all that stuff needs to improve, and that's to give us a chance against a really good team. I mean, you look at Oklahoma and Oklahoma State; they're 2 ranked teams, and so this doesn't get any easier. This is definitely we all know it's the most difficult schedule in BYU football history. So we have some really cool opportunities to extend the season and to do it at home against a really good team and ranked team. And I'm excited, man. This team beat Texas, and they're in a good spot. They're fighting for a conference championship. I would love to just mess it all up.
This Saturday it is BYU and OU for the 3rd time all time. Oklahoma Sooners coming to Provo for the 1st time. OU 8-2, 5-2 in the Big 12. Dylan Gabriel at quarterback, and Dylan Gabriel is a player you saw a few seasons ago, and he was with UCF. You played him in the Boca Raton Bowl. This past week he was exceptional. He had 8 touchdowns accounted for, 5 throwing and 3 running, and he's got a special group of players around him.
Yeah, when we played against him, he was really young, and now he's a veteran, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He sees the field really well, makes great decisions, and they're a very explosive offense. And so that's because of his ability to throw the ball. He can also run, and look at the yards that they put up, man. That's and the points and the yards. It's going to be really difficult, but I have a good feeling about our defense and our preparation. It's whenever you go against a tough team like this, you got to rise to the occasion, and this is a great opportunity for us.
And, it's the only time that Oklahoma will play here as a Big 12 member, and it's their last Big 12 away game in their history, really. Yeah,
they're changing conferences, and then our conference is going to go through some changes for the 24 season. But, I respect them. I mean, we've played against them before. I played against them when I was a player, and we've obviously.
That was your freshman year, wasn't it?
That was my freshman year, yeah, and in the Copper Bowl before my mission, and so they're a national brand. Their coach Venables has been. He's had his pick on head coaching jobs and turned down a bunch of them, and this is the one that he wanted when he was a defense coordinator at Clemson. This is what he wanted. He does a great job coaching his guys, and they were able to establish their identity, get things rolling. They were 6-6 last year, trying to get used to the system and trying to get everything installed. And this is in the next year they're competing for a championship in the Big 12.
All right, looking forward to BYU and OU this Saturday. It is break time. And as